we 2 days ago we're speaking about how do we clean data, how do we make it cleaner, right? We have a lot of dirty data. So we learned about importing data from PDF, importing data from text file, importing data from whatever source that we have, right? Now, once data I mean is imported, right? Usually it's very dirty, right? So how do we clean that up? The first thing we look at today is, and anywhere we stop today, I won't be in a rush. I'll take my time. Anywhere we stop today, I'm going to cover all the sessions. I mean, the remaining parts in the recorded sessions. I'm recording today, so I'm going to cover the remaining parts in the recorded sessions for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Make sure you join. So now, one of the things that we have here is that we have now, if you look at the sales data, right? I mean, one of the issues we have is that number one, from the division, right? You can see that we have the game, right? But after games, everything is zero, right? And this is, I mean, basically what is telling us is that everything here is under game division, right? But for I mean, if you're into data analysis, you know that this is a nightmare, right? It's a nightmare because you like to see games everywhere, right? You like everything to have its own division, right? Same thing for dates, right? We have 1st of January 2019. These two things happened in 1st of January 2019, right? But instead of repeating it consistently, what was done was that they just wrote it only once, right? And you're meant to use your head to just know that it's meant to repeat itself, right? Which is just usually the best, right? So we have an incomplete complete data. Second thing we have is that under sales, right, where sales was zero, instead of them to just put zero, they left it blank, right? Which is and zero and blank in Excel means two different things, right? Zero and blank, they means two different things, right? So how do we clean this data, right? Based on what we've identified, these three things we have identified, right? The first thing I will do is let's start with these sales, right? So we have spaces in between. As I said, there are multiple ways to do it, right? One of the easiest way to do it, right? To be honest, from my own point of view, is that I will highlight everything, right? I mean, this is one of the easiest way, but this is not the way I have to teach you. But yeah, I will highlight everything and I'll press Control H. Control H is find and replace. Control H is find and replace, right? So what I will do is that I'll tell Excel, find nothing, right? Anywhere you see nothing, replace it with zero. Pretty much, right? In this array of numbers, anywhere you see nothing, replace with zero. If I click on replace all, right, you can see that anywhere that was zero, anywhere that was space has been replaced with zero, right? That's one of the ways to do it, Control Z. But like, there's another way to do it, right? Which I want to show you using space. I mean, select special, right? So the same thing. I will highlight everything. I hope you got the find and replace method, right? You just to highlight everything, press Control H, tell Excel you're looking for nothing. Anywhere you see nothing, give me zero. Pretty much that's what we're looking for, right? But the second way to do it is paste special or select special, right? And to get select special, you go to home, your home tab. Under your home tab, you will see edit. Sorry. Yeah. So under your home tab, under editing tab, right? Your home tab, editing. There's a search, find and select, basically, right? You click on this, and click on go to special, right? So I go back again, right? I highlighted everything I'm looking for. I went to my home tab, clicked on this, and went on go to special, right? I clicked on go to special, right? So go to special basically is a tool in Excel where you can direct Excel to go to somewhere, right? For example, if I say Excel, go to constant, Excel will go to everywhere there's a constant. If I say Excel, go to formula, Excel will alert will go to everywhere there's a formula. If I say Excel, go to blank, Excel will go to everywhere there's a blank. So I can literally tell Excel to go to a particular region, right? Or a particular thing, right? At this point, what I want Excel to go to is go to blank. So anywhere there's a blank, Excel go there, right? So I click on blank and I click on OK, right? So what Excel has done is that Excel has, you can see, everywhere there's a blank cell in the highlighted range, Excel has clicked on it, right? So Excel is saying, Onyeka, I've done what you've asked me to do. I have clicked on, I have selected the blank cells. But what I want to do is that I want to replace every blank cell with 0. Right? Watch me carefully. What I do is that I click on 0 or I type 0. But now if you notice now, my 0 is only on the first space, not on every space, on the first space. Right? So I click on 0. The next thing I do is I click on Control Enter. If I'm using Mac, I think it's will be Command Enter, right? So I click on Control Enter, and you can see that everywhere there was a space, Excel has replaced it with a 0, right? So I selected everything. The range of cells, went to my home tab, went to go to special, and I went to blank. I clicked on blank. Excel highlighted every blank cell. I typed 0 and I pressed Control Enter, and everything that was initially blank spaced now became 0. Do we understand? Do you understand? It's pretty clear, right? Now, using that same logic, right? The same logic, right? Can we for sales, right? Now, can we do the same thing for almost the same thing, not exactly the same thing? Can we do the same thing for divisions, for example? Now, if I click on if I highlight all the divisions, right? I highlight all the divisions, right? But now I want to select the empty cells. What will I do? Can you do that on your own? I want to select the empty cells, the blank cells in this division line. The first thing I did was that I highlighted everything. The next thing, how many of you have done that, right? I want you to highlight only the empty cells in the division column. Has anybody done that? Has anybody done that? Done. Thank you, everybody. One more person to confirm. Thank you, Victoria. Right. So all I have to do is, again, I go to home, go to special, right? I click on blank and I click on OK, right? But now there's a different thing. What I want to do is that I want to before, what I did was that I pressed 0 and I pressed Control Enter, right? Because I wanted to replicate 0 across board. But now I don't want to replicate 0 across board. What I want to replicate is the thing above it. For example, I'm going to go out of character. What I want to do is that I want everything here to be game, right? Everything here to be productivity, everything here to be utility, right? So what I do will just be a little bit different, right? So same thing. I selected everything. I go to here, go to special, go to blank. I think all of us are in this arena, right? What I now do is that what I want to replicate is the thing above it, right? So that means on row 7, I want to replicate row 6. Right? On row 8, I want to replicate row 7. So basically, I want to replicate the thing above it. What I do is I press equals to the thing above it, right? Which is game, right? I do equals to what is above it, right? And now instead of clicking enter, I press Control Enter. Control Enter will copy that same logic across board. So watch me. I did equals to above it, right? So what I want to replicate is I want to replicate the division above, right? If I press Control Enter, right, you can see it replicated the divisions above, right? So all I did was that I did the same, go to special, but now I did equals to what is above it, right? So Excel will basically say, as long as there's nothing, when there's a space, the thing that's above it, I will copy it across board. Once there's a space, the thing above it, I'll copy it across board. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's straightforward. Now, can we use that same logic and do dates quickly? Can we use that same logic and do for the dates? Do the same logic. Let's do for the dates. If I don't, please let me know. Anybody done? Okay, one person. Okay, too bad. Right. So basically, the same thing, right? highlight everything in the dates area region of our table. Went to home, went to go to special, went to blank, click on OK. I want to select the one above it. And so equals to what is above it, and I press Control Enter, and voila, I have my clean table. Do we understand? It's as simple as that. Quite straightforward. So that's the first thing we want to do today. The second thing we want to do, let me check, sorry. Sorry, minutes. Second thing we want to do today is removing blanks, right? Yeah, removing blanks. Now, and the rest is for, okay, that version is for tomorrow. Okay, fine, perfect. That means we'll close early today. Now, or we have more time for questions. Now, removing blanks, right? How do we remove blanks? How do we remove blanks? Now, what we have here is an incomplete data, right? Now, what is a blank? A blank is, these are blanks, right? So the first thing is that we want to remove the blanks that are here, right, in sales, right? So can we all do that, right? I thought of how to do that. Basically, pretty much the same thing we are doing, right? So what I do is that I highlight everything. I'm just doing it again the second time, just in case anybody did not get me, because I'm getting somewhere. So I select everything here. I go to find and select, go to special, click on blanks, right? It selects all the blanks for me. I want to replace all the blanks with 0, for example. I click on 0 and I press Control Enter. Voila, I'm done with that, right? For regions, the same thing I'll do for regions, same thing I'll do for divisions, same thing I'll do for apps, right? So please, can you do that as well? This must be an exercise, right? Until we see empty rows, right? So now let's do the same thing for divisions, right? I select everything I want in division, and let me see if I can do everything at once. So instead of doing one by one, like, I select everything together, go here, go to special, go to blanks, right? And what I want is equals to what is above it, right? And I press Control Enter, and voila, I did everything at once, right? So I've literally cleaned my data.
Sorry, I didn't get that one. I'm sorry.
Okay, so basically what I did was that, for here, right, we did game separately, we did date separately, right? I said what I did here was that I highlighted everything, right? So basically I want to repeat what's above it. Basically, what I want to do is I want to repeat what's above it. That's what I want to do, right? So I I selected everything in these 3 layers, right? And I said that I want to repeat what is above it, right? I want to repeat what's above it, right? And the easy way to repeat what's above it is to go to special. I mean, to repeat what's above it, go to special, click on blanks, right? It selected all the blanks for me, and it equals to what is above, right? Equals to what is above, right? If I do equals to what is above and I click on enter, right? It's literally, sorry, click on sorry, not enter, it's Control Enter, please. That's, if you click on enter, it only does for 1, right? Pardon me, I myself make mistake most times. I select the data that I want, the table I'm looking for, go to special, go to blanks, click on OK. And basically what I want to do is I want to replicate the table above it, right? I want to copy the value above it. So I do equals to what's above it, and I press Control Enter, right? And it pretty much copies everything that's above it for me, right? Pretty much that's what I want to do, right? And that's what he has done. So now we have a clean data. Do you understand?
Now, yeah, yes, thank you.
Perfect, right? So today was meant to be short, right? Pretty much that's what we want to cover today. Tomorrow we're going to have validation and the others, right? We have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to go into data validation, custom formatting, concatenate, lane, left and right, before and after, text before and after. We have a lot to cover, right? And all these are very important in your data cleansing journey, right? So tomorrow's session will not be a live class on Zoom. It will be a pre-recorded class, right, where I will go through everything, right? So if you have questions when we meet on Monday for the next live class, right, I'm going to answer them, right? So Monday, I'm not teaching anything new. I'm just going to answer questions from the weekend. I'm not going to go over it again. I'm going to answer questions. They're two different things, right? So make sure you watch those sessions. They'll be live from 6 to 6:30 as well, right? They'll premiere live 6 to 6:30 on YouTube. The YouTube channel is, I mean, I'll post it on the group again. I mean, on the chat, right? Please make sure you subscribe and I mean, also the previous sessions as well will also run from tomorrow, right? The previous sessions, like day one, day two. So if you miss any of the days, right, previous days, right, if you go to YouTube channel from this night, most likely all things being equal, assume I mean all things being equal, it should be there, right? So you'll be able to watch previous sessions, day one to day five, and also continue day six, day seven, day eight. I mean day nine, day seven, day eight, day nine as well, right? So in the absence of any questions, thank you so much. We'll see in person on Monday, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday classes are going to be online. Please make sure you join. You can subscribe. Please subscribe um, while you are at it. And any questions that you have, I'll be answering them on Monday. Thank you very much, and God bless you.